Did you know that building climate resilient communities is key to ensuring sexual and reproductive health? Here's why young people are leading the charge. But first, how is the climate crisis relevant to sexual and reproductive rights? Let's explore more examples on how the climate crisis impacts young people's health and rights. Think of it this way. When vital infrastructure such as clinics and highways are destroyed by extreme weather events, access to reproductive and sexual health services can be severely obstructed.
The climate crisis is increasing the incidence of sexual and gender-based violence, including sexual violence, transactional sex, and sex trafficking. As a result, sometimes girls and women have to travel farther distances to secure food and water when natural resources become scarce. These risks are also heightened during humanitarian crises and in times of displacement. While this is just one example, we can expect to see increases in the violation of sexual rights as a result of the effects of the climate crisis.
With all of this in consideration, what can we do to advocate for reversing the climate crisis?
Did you know in the Philippines, some hospitals and health centers have been constructed or retrofitted to withstand extreme weather events? This includes elevated buildings, reinforced structures, and backup power systems to ensure continuous operation during disasters. These facilities also ensure access to essential sexual and reproductive health services, such as safe childbirth, contraception, and emergency care, even in midst of a crisis.
One thing you can do is advocate for climate resilient health systems, prioritizing in sexual and reproductive health services. Support organizations like Marie Stopes International, which focuses on sexual reproductive health and climate resilience. By taking these actions, you can help ensure that young people have access to sexual and reproductive health services, even in times of crisis.
Another great organization to support is the Environmental Defense Fund. They have several areas that they aim to improve, one of which is energy, with goals to cut methane emissions and assist with hydrogen infrastructure. Another section is called People and Nature. These goals directly impact individuals. You can visit them at edf.org. Consider donating, signing one of their many petitions, or even working a green job. Addressing these issues requires advocating for climate resilient health systems that can withstand and adapt to the impacts of climate change. By prioritizing these measures, we can mitigate the adverse effects of the climate crisis on vulnerable populations and ensure that young people have the sexual health resources they need to survive in a changing world.